Hello and welcome to the new Fringe podcast. And I'm gonna end up blowing my voice out in a minute because I'm filming these back to back, and I'm having to get excited for each promo I'm doing here. So I'm drinking water, trying to soothe my throat, and then the cup runs empty. So I go downstairs to fill it with water. Completely forget you can fill a glass up from the tap upstairs. So yeah, I'm not with it. But this is basically my style my whole life. Do too much at the last minute as over compensation for not doing any during the week. I mean, a professional probably knock one of these out a day. But yeah, so this is going to be the second guest, and this is going to be me, the second guest of the third day, which is going to make no sense to you. But I'm starting to wake up a bit now, and we've got Benjamin on, who I'm going to be writing a show with, which is going to be playing. This is a stand-up show, which is going to be playing at the Art Bomb Festival, which I believe is August. That's not August, I guess. That's August, the month. Okay, it's not really very funny, is it? So yeah, this one is the one which obviously you can't have favoritism, but this is the one I'm most excited for because I love stand-ups and I love comedians. They're sort of my wheelhouse. Not saying I'm a comedian, I've only done 4 or 5 gigs, but I absolutely love the art. It's one of the only arts I'm still sort of fascinated with. You know, my background is mainly film, so I feel like I've explored everything there is to explore in that area. Obviously you still find new films and new formats to get interested in, but with stand-up it feels like the new, well, we talk about how stand-up is the new rock and roll, and the idea that you can sort of do anything you want with stand-up because there's so many untapped areas. Sometimes what you do might version what somebody else has done, but that's all the art scenes at the moment. So yeah, enjoy. No, this is the most unstructured show ever, and we're both on coffee, so we're both gonna be jittery as fuck. Yeah. And no favoritism as well, but this will be my favourite. I love comedy, so
Very good.
I'm most excited for this.
Yeah, I say I've got no idea what the hell I'm going to talk about, but
it's all right. We'll just natter on and see what happens.
So play. I might need to piss halfway through though.
That's all right. We know we keep it going.
Sweet corner. Yeah. The grandma used to. Sorry.
You know, go on.
The grandma used to do that. She was very old school.
What, piss in the corner?
No. I'd be impressed if she did. Have you seen them shiwis?
Yeah.
She had an old fashioned one as a hose pipe with her. But no, she had a bucket in corner room downstairs. And she just really she was a nice lady. She was just a bit mental. She just encouraged us as kids, like we'd run in and go, I didn't try that, I'd piss in bucket.
Well, no, what's that thing when they put under the bed? What's that called?
Bedpan.
Yeah, bedpan.
Yeah.
That was the thing, wasn't it?
My mum still got hers from when.
Like on a long handle type of thing, yeah.
I think it's one of the porcelain ones.
It's like Victorian days where you just throw it out the window.
Yeah. I might go back to that, no.
Fucking hell. What are you guys talking about, Michael? I walk into the room and he's talking about Michael Jackson. What's happening?
I was just referencing how non-structured it can become and
Oh
how.
yeah,
one
there's.
of those went.
Yeah, we're like the other day you can smoke and we're drinking, and I'm drunk.
Oh, about crack, is that alright?
Yeah, if you got some.
Yeah, no, I've just run out.
And fucking halfway through it, I realise I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to keep sober, but it didn't work.
You were sort of wandering up a little bit, sort of staring into space.
When you watch it back, you'll see me looking over there into that corner, like something happening over there.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's true though. After the first time, you just wouldn't, would you? Just wouldn't all, unless you're after the money.
That's what we were saying. We were saying that, let's say if people want to argue, oh no, it's Michael Jackson, but like if you remove the Michael Jackson bit of it and there's someone down the road doing stuff, you'd be like,
Even if they were rich, like I mean, it's like I don't know, someone from Sprott or whatever, probably the poshest place I know, but do you know what I mean? It's like someone from there saying, oh, I look after your kids, oh, you think you're a paedophile, oh, it's alright, you know what I mean? No, it's not.
It's because he's so famous, isn't it? People can get away with it.
Basically, yeah. I mean,
the parents don't want to like say that's what they did, but you can certainly see that maybe they wanted to meet him. So it's like, let's risk it.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
plus like you hear like it was a totally different type
Yeah.
back then.
I'm fortunate enough, like, you know, I've got enough money to eat and, you know, have a shower and stuff. But what I mean is I ain't got that much money that, do you know what I'm saying? A lot of, like, serious money. I think it's...
What would you class as, like, serious money?
Me?
Yeah. Is that, like, going around, like, a Porsche? That sort of, like...
I don't know, a lot of people rent them now, don't they? A lot of people rent
Well, I
Porsche.
suppose it's like, well off is good enough. Like, you don't worry about your money, do you? Just,
Yeah, exactly, yeah, you don't have to think about it, yeah. Whereas I check my bank every 3 minutes. So.
That's why I don't have online banking.
Yeah.
I don't want to see how much money I've got.
Yeah, instantly, yeah.
I'm at that stage now where I'm sort of putting £5 a day from my savings into my regular account when I'm like going to the shops.
And then transferring it back. Well, I've done this thing where I've got 3 accounts. I don't know why, but someone drew my wife left me when she came back, so that's good. But yeah, so we had 2 separate.
Happy ending, yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me anyway. But they had 2. So we've got 3 accounts basically.
Yeah.
So what I do is like to try and give myself a bit of a breather, you know, from spending money. I like transfer most of it into one account and into. Basically, it's like a 3-step thing that I have to do.
So it's like laundering, but to yourself.
Basically, yeah, and I have to put a code in every time. So I have to I really want this packet of fags or whatever, and I'm saying, oh yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it pisses me off because every time I do actually want it, so it takes me ages to actually buy anything.
No, I'm exactly the same. I just sit on money I've got. I haven't got any money, but I just sit on it and try and spread it out throughout the week.
Well, literally like an egg.
Yeah. No, I'm close to just putting it under like the bed. Like, I might as well just go for that technique.
In the mattress.
Yeah.
How is married life?
How is it?
Yeah, terrible.
No, it's good and bad, isn't it? It's I think if
Be careful what you're saying.
yeah, I think if I wasn't married, well, my wife, she said this to me, like, we won't be together because, you know, there's that. It's a bit like the bank account when there's an extra step of.
Have you been married long?
It's 18 years in December.
Damn. Have you been married in the past, or is this like the first?
No, I'm not. I haven't found that many people willing to put up with me. But yeah, it's good and bad, isn't it? It's one of them. It's mostly good. Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. If I'm going to actually do it, get married.
Is it going now?
Yeah,
oh, right,
yeah. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if I will.
Oh, you're engaged then? Or?
Not engaged,
right.
but I think I'm in one of those relationships where I think it's gonna go the whole, go the long distance. But I don't know if there's any point in doing that. Did you have like the big wedding or anything like that?
No, not really. We got married at the Tudor. What's it called?
The whole thing, yeah, I know what
The wedding structures, yeah. And then we got like a blessing. I used to live in an old vicarage. My mum did.
Yeah.
And so we did it on the cheap, but it was nice cheap, if you know what I mean. Everything was decent. Well, cheap for me because I didn't pay anything. So.
It's supposed to be the father of the bride, isn't it? Supposed to pay for it.
God bless him. Yeah, it was tight, but he was a nice man. Well, yeah.
Have you seen the show Don't Tell the Bride? You can. It's an addictive show, but you can get a wedding done for about 15 grand now, can't you?
15 grand?
15, yeah. Is that a lot?
It's what it is to me.
Well, no, same, that's the thing, but people have like weddings, like crazy, like 34 grand, 60 grand.
Why though?
Exactly.
Why just buy a house? I mean, buy a house and have a party in your house.
It's not even that. You can buy a house, you can go on holiday as well. It's just pissing money down the drain, isn't
it? It is like, yeah, definitely. But I mean, it's like people can. It's basically, you know, marriage is everything after the wedding day, isn't it? You know what I mean? You can have the best wedding day in the world. I know people have had amazing wedding days and then basically got divorced, you know, 6 months later.
Yeah.
And vice versa. So.
Has it changed anything in the relationship, being married? Was you dating before and then you got married?
Sort of. No. It wasn't an arranged one or anything like that. But basically, we just met and just got married basically. after about 4 months. It was a very strange thing. Yeah, it was a.
Did you break up and then get back, or?
No. I'm trying to think. Basically, no. Well, there is a bit more to the story, but it's a bit. Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, my wife has left me a couple of times, but that's more to do with me being a numpty, to be fair. Because I went into rehab a few years ago.
Can I ask what for?
Yeah, just to get sober. So basically, well, about 8 years ago, in fact. And so, at that time, I was in a knob. So she, she was right to leave me like that.
Well, no, it's good that you're actually taking it yourself, that you sort of, blame yourself
I
for
was
it.
complete knob,
A lot of people don't do that, do they?
I don't know. Maybe they do.
I think some people do it to get that person back. I'm clean now.
Yeah. It was one of them that, like, just basically. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Life's pretty boring. Well, it is though. I mean, 90%.
9 to 5, you're not really doing much. You're just drinking coffee, aren't you? Watching TV.
Yeah,
there's nothing really happening.
No, 90% of life is pretty boring. I think when I was a kid, I refused to accept that. I was like, no, it's gonna be cool and da-da-da. And I think I bought into the whole. Because when I was younger in Doncaster,
I've lived here your whole life.
Yeah. I mean, I moved to London for a bit, and then I moved to Leeds for a bit, and but yeah, apart from that, yeah. So like, I can remember when the first Wimpy opened. Do you know what I mean? That was like a big thing, and the Dome opened, and but before that, there was like feck all in Doncaster.
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, it was just a big pub, and it was like the culture was just like. I don't know. I think it was because of the mines. It was like the back end of the mines. It was like I was born in 1980, and it was like throughout the 80s. I can remember as a kid going on like with miners marching through the village, through Bentley and that, and with all the flags and banners.
Yeah.
I was in the Scouts. There's a lot more community spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like seemed to be when I was a kid. We had street parties all the time and stuff like that. Because it was all like Diana and all that stuff and. You know what I mean? We just had, there just seemed to be constantly, like a culture of.
Like you was all together, sort of thing.
Yeah. But then, on the back of that, I don't know if it's because I've been diagnosed with bipolar as well. So I don't know if it's a result of the depression that I was, in at the time.
Also, do you think that the minor thing played on the depression a little bit?
When after the mine shut.
Yeah,
I think that's a big part of the reason why Doncaster's the way it is now.
Sort of like crippled the area.
Yeah, basically, I think that depression just took over. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, that's why a lot of people turned to drugs and just despair. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, to me, it was like an explosion of bullshit.
Well, so many people lost their jobs, didn't they?
Yeah, but not on the back of that, it lost the community as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like, they didn't seem to be...
Well, there's fights, wasn't there? Like, where are they from? Like in Bawtry, over the pits. Rival pubs would have fights with each other, and that went into families.
Yeah.
So some families still don't talk, even if you're in that family.
Yeah.
So some of the kids don't talk to the parents, and it's still quite a touchy subject, really, isn't it?
I know. It's only just recently been painted over. There was someone put scab on a bloody wall in Donny. You know what I mean? It's like. That was talking about 40 years ago, or whatever it is, 30 years ago. It's it has a long-lasting effect. Like, I do genuinely think that. I think Doncaster's getting a lot better now.
Do you think it actually changed? Do you think?
Oh, massively, hugely, massively, yeah. Doncaster, yeah.
Well, they've opened the new stuff at the Lakeside, haven't they?
I just think it's. I don't know. It's like when I was a kid, it was always like popular, if you like, to slag Donny off because. Well, at one time in the 90s.
Is that people just in Doncaster, or is it people out of Doncaster slagging it off?
I think both.
Yeah.
Well, mainly, people from Doncaster. You never, it was almost like Donny was competing to be the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? Like, everyone was proud of the fact that, a lot of people are on drugs. There was that whole HIV scandal in the 90s and everything, and that bouncer just went around infecting everybody. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
that's awful.
Yeah, it is wrong. But like, so at one time, there was a massive HIV issue in Donny. Do you know what I mean? And so like all these stats were like the worst whatever. But then again, it's a massive town, isn't it? So comparing towns to cities is difficult. Do you know what I mean? So if you compare this to another town, I suppose you're going to have a lot more problems than if you compare it to a city. Do you know what I mean? If you've got city status, it might calm down. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh yes.
Because city it's all like level out. Like crime in a city is where you think it should be.
Yeah.
Because we're here, people. It's quite a big area, Doncaster. People think it's like a city, and then.
No, yeah.
But it's definitely misrepresented. Like all the drugs and that. Like it was the 8th worst place to live in England, I think.
Yeah,
And the reasons why I don't think are true. Or it does happen, but like they were saying, like the nightlife scene is really rough. And it's like, well, some of it is and some of it isn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything. It's like, to me, it's like, you know, you can start a fight anywhere, can't you, if you want one? Do you know what I'm saying? And you can do your best to avoid one as well. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, people go out looking for fights.
Yeah, of course they do, and then other people go out, you know, accepting fights or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, just walk away or.
You don't have to put yourself in that situation.
No, it's just like it's pride, isn't it? It's ego, and you know, I'm hardest bloke and whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it just does. It's just childish, really. Do you know what I mean? When you boil it down, it's just like it's playground.
Yeah,
bullshit,
people just don't grow up, do they?
Yeah,
into real
they don't. I mean, the culture of Donny is very. I'm excited to see it. You know, get
blossom.
Something. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely for me. This is the most. You know, the most progressive, if you like.
Yeah,
so,
this feels like an improvement.
Yeah,
like just being here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would never imagined it, and I've started university at the
college.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And
what are you studying?
Criminal justice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's nothing like what I thought it was.
What do you think it was?
Like, you know, LA law or whatever, you know.
No. I wanted to be a police officer, and I thought I'd have like a little book where I write things down in it. Yeah, but it's nothing like that in real life, is it? I think that's the thing that you were saying earlier. Now it's all like that, isn't it? Like every single scene you get into. Same with like stand up. I thought stand up would be a certain way. I thought filmmaking would be a certain, but it's not.
It's all misconception, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like anything, you know. Like as I've got older now, I've realised that when you get behind the scenes of everything, it's all bullshit, really.
Yeah.
Like, you know, acting or whatever. You know, if you get into acting, you spend the majority of your time just hanging around. Do you know what I mean? Or like reading your lines. Or do you know what I mean? It's like it's not a big rock and roll thing, and you know, like even. Well,
I think stand-up's probably the most rock and roll thing you can do now, isn't it?
I think it is nowadays because of the fact that it's so like open to other people's influence. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's like it was discussing here. It's like jazz, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can like if you fuck something up in stand-up, you can work it into the set.
You can riff with it. Yeah. Whereas if you bodge something up in a play or whatever, or as a musician, you pretty much you've got to stop and start again or whatever. Or well.
Yeah. No. When you're saying when you're playing, you've got to make sure you hit your notes.
Yeah. Stand in the right place and all that shit.
But in stand-up, if you turn up fucked up, it's good.
Yeah.
That's allowed.
That's it. I mean, it's like rock and roll of olden days, or like I don't know, Ozzy Osbourne or whatever. He turned up and he was off his face, and he got like
when he ate the bat.
Yeah, all that jazz. Yeah, it was like everybody was into that, and but now everybody gets slated. You know what I mean? It's like Amy Whitehouse used to turn up bad, and she got slated for it. You know what I mean? It's
like the culture changed. Everyone wants everything to be healthy now.
Oh yeah. It is. It's like I say, if I was born 20 years earlier, it's easy to say. I mean, you could say what you want. 20 years later, 20 years. There's all sorts of excuses. But if I was born 20 years earlier, I think I would have been a lot more. I don't know, because back when I was a kid, I read all the wrong books. You know what I mean? And I watched all the wrong films and shit. And so I thought that in order to be, I don't know,
the thing you had to stick to those books. And
you had to like. I don't know, take drugs and be, do weird stuff.
Yeah, you have to be like a little fucked up to be able to do the thing.
Yeah, basically, I thought creativity was linked to addiction and all that. I mean, it probably still is to a point, but, it's like...
I think anybody creator's definitely got addicted personalities now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we both like coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a bit of...
Do you think there's like a thing with stand-up? I think stand-up's also an addiction to failure. Because every time I go out... No, but every time I go out and I bomb, I fucking get off on bombing. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
Good. Wait, you're not sat in the corner, I do understand what you mean, because it's like an adrenaline rush, isn't it? And you got to not be afraid of... like people... I read somewhere that people would rather die than make a public speech or whatever. Like, some people, quite a high proportion of the population, but, I think... A big key to it is, like you say, like having a sense of
Going down the ship.
Almost. It's not enjoying failure. It's just, and just having laughing at yourself.
Making lemonade out of lemons.
Lemonade, yeah. You're gonna have sugar as well. It's horrible. I know what you're saying though, because the fact is that I enjoy situations where, like, for me, the funniest situations I ever piss myself at is like, I don't know, when somebody tries really hard,
it fails massively.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That, to me, that's the funniest thing I could watch, because I can relate to it. You know what I mean? Because you know, it's just like when you're really trying, but you're really fucking it up. You know what
I think we're all idiots, really, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
I think we all no, but we all think we're doing like this amazing thing.
Yeah.
And then when we actually
just by being alive or stand up. Or...
No, we're just doing this now.
Yeah.
We think we're doing like this amazing thing, but then we look back and there'll be moments that don't work and stuff. So I think we're all sort of fuck ups in a way. And I think if we can celebrate that, which you can do through stand up.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, there's not many positive comedians really. I mean, I can't think of any. Like, I mean, Tim Vine, apparently he tries to be positive or whatever. There's the other guy with the weird hair and shit, and I can't remember his name. Milton Summit Jones, is it?
I'm sure.
He apparently prided himself on being clean or whatever. But the fact is,
like clean jokes. And
and just wacky or whatever. But a lot of comedy is about just awkward situations when you boil it all down. It's got to relate to real life, otherwise.
Well, you said your stuff's more anecdotal anyway, didn't you? You said you tell more anecdotes.
Some of it is, yeah. I've got, I mean, it's a strange one. I'm a bit weird, but I used to challenge myself when I was younger.
Yeah.
I don't want to come across as too mental, but
no, it's fine.
we're
all mental here.
Almost. Like I'd read something in a magazine, like somebody did this, an actor did this, or a rock star did this, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what, when I was a kid, I was desperate for attention or whatever. I just really wanted to prove my worth or whatever. And I got bored with maths or, do you know what I mean? I didn't want to get a normal job for me would just,
Like an office job.
Yeah, I'd rather have shot myself.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, I've worked since because I've had to, because I've got a mortgage and a wife and all that. And, it's terrible. It's soul destroying, honestly. It's horrible. I mean, I genuinely don't understand how people can do it. Same people every day, and the same jokes every day.
It's weird that people don't see it now. The people that are working in don't. I feel like they're dying inside, but I just feel like they don't actually see what's actually happening to them.
No, they're numb to the horseshit of it all. And it's like, we used to have this guy, and oh God, honestly, every day, I used to make the drinks just to try and get out of work. So
I did that. You stand in the kitchen for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I used to be the everyone. I thought I was being nice, but I was just trying to get out of work. Gonna drink, mate. Gonna drink. I used to say, I used to go when I was going to the toilet. I used to go, I'm off for a pee. Does anyone want a drink? And someone complained about it. But anyway, I didn't actually piss in his drink, but I wish I had done. But anyway, what I'm saying is, there's one guy. He says. Every single time I asked him, and he couldn't see, and he found himself so hilarious, and he genuinely thought he was funny. That's what, it got to me that. And I do you want to drink, mate? I go, yeah, mate. I go, I'll have a gin and tonic. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, you won't though, will you, mate? And I really wanted, yeah, exactly. I really wanted to bring a bottle of gin in one day. Just go, here you go, mate.
And then to see his reaction.
Yeah, down it.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like it's the same old bullshit. It's like everybody has these safe things that they're not funny. You must know they're not funny.
Yeah.
But then they all it's like
they do it to the girlfriends and wives, don't they? They tell jokes, and you can see the wife isn't impressed by it, but they just keep doing it.
Yeah, because there's no risk to it either.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
it's safe, isn't it?
Got a bit of a risk to it. I'm not saying be offensive to people. But you've got to have an element of shock almost to make it joy to get it.
Yeah.
It's like if you just tell him there's no such thing to me as a genuinely funny safe joke. It doesn't exist. I mean, the whole point of a joke is, you are being.
You're confronting, aren't you? Really?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, exactly. You are like a social commentary, and it's there's a lot of bullshit that goes off. And with comedy, you can get away with a lot more of the. Well, nowadays though, there's all this like cancel culture and all that. It's like
people can't understand the difference between if you say a joke, what is going to get you cancelled. People think that's you, but it's not. It's just a joke, isn't it?
To me, I mean, I'm not advocating like racist jokes or anything like that, but or whatever ism you want to say. There's no acceptable ism that is you can make a joke out of.
Yeah.
But, you know, if somebody laughs and it's funny, do you know what I mean?
It works.
The whole point of it is a joke. If somebody laughs, then it is funny. Do you know what I mean? And
well, there's actual racist jokes.
Yeah.
But then there's jokes what are to do with race, what work.
But that's it. I mean, everybody's far too sensitive nowadays, and it's.
It can sort of crush stereotypes as well. You know, if like two people from different backgrounds are joking about their own race back and forth.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like. That's the whole safety thing. Do you know what I mean? It's far too much. There's too much safety involved with everything. Do you know what I mean? It's like Alton Towers after the Smiler incident.
Yeah.
I really want to go on the Smiler now because it's. Do you know what I mean? Because it's got an element of risk. It's fucked up like twice, 2 or 3 times, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
well, that's like the same with like haunted houses and everything. Anything where like it's why people are obsessed with serial killers.
Yeah.
Like, people just want to know these dangerous things.
Yeah, because everybody wants to be a bit.
You're sort of drawn to it, aren't you?
Because life is 90% boring as fuck. It is. You know, especially when you get older, you just pay your bills and you.
It's like daring each other to go down like a dark alley. Like when I was a kid, we'd dare each other to go through the church, pretending like some shit was going to happen to us, and you sort of do want some shit to happen to you because you want a bit of like.
You'd love it. Yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying. And then if you're in a group, you tend to like build
each other up, build the tension a little bit, and then.
I saw someone there.
It's the. I mean, there's a difference between like a rant and a comedic observation. Do you know what I mean? It's like Al Murray.
Yeah.
I watched some of his older stuff, and he says a lot of things that I don't think nowadays you could even get away with.
No.
But they're funny. Do you know what I mean? And the fact
the thing is, have you seen Al Murray the normal Al Murray is completely different to the actual, the thing.
Posh,
and that's what people don't understand.
Yeah. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, what's his face? That Porridge, the guy who's dead now.
Oh, I know you mean.
Ronnie Barker.
Yeah.
He was Fletcher and all that, wasn't he? You know.
Yeah.
They were brilliant. Porridge is amazing, but he's posh as he likes. You know what I mean? And he said. It's a character. The same with the guy out of the racist guy out of everyone saw it.
Simpsons a poo.
That's mental. Anyway, well, that's what it sounds like. But anyway, it's like someone taking a piss at me and doing like not doing a Yorkshire accent. They don't make any sense.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, it's like if a comedian came over here. Well, I actually love it when Americans slate English. I find it funny. Like there's never been a moment where Americans like attacked an English person and I've not found it funny. I think it's all merited.
What? How do you mean like this?
Well, like if Americans like just saying the way how we talk, like doing that posh voice. Yeah, even though it's not true and they know it's not true. I still think it's funny. And I can laugh at myself.
Yeah. Well, my brother-in-law lives in America and he's from Bentley and his wife is really posh. She's really upper class.
Yeah.
And she's a nice lady. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, over there, he's got like a weird broken Yorkshire American accent. I mean, it's really strange. But I can't even do it. But he, so he's tried, and she's somehow, even though she's lived there 20 odd years, I don't know how, but she's managed to keep this sort of Kent accent. So she talks a bit like she's nice, like I say.
That's going to stand out in the community, isn't it?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is over there, Americans, for some reason, they think he's posher than her. They've fucked everything up. It's like, they think she's from like a rough area, and he's from
posh area.
Yeah, and it's like it's so clearly not. I mean, it's like he's like.
Well, my accent's so different to like a London accent, and
are you from London?
No.
Oh,
and I've got an American friend, and she thinks I sound like I'm from London, but I don't. I really don't. You all sound the same, and we're like, we really don't. Well, she's actually not.
Yeah.
She's actually
10 mile, yeah.
She's actually not American. She's Canadian, but she sounds American.
There you go.
So there we go.
I think she's trying to line us up.
Yeah, possibly. They're going to get a bit sensitive about that, don't they? Yeah.
So when did you get in stand-up?
Like I was looking at some of these notes that I made. Apparently 9 years ago. but literally, I just like have these thoughts and I just write them down, and then I just kind of forget about them, and then now and again I just look through it and.
It makes you smile or laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And half of it's just absolute. Half of it I don't even understand. Some of it's just like.
Yeah, I have that rule. If I can't remember it, I get rid of it. It's gone.
But some of it's just like, cat, dog. I think I've written something down. Sorry, I was just looking at my phone for notes. Piss poor magician, customer service breakdown, black semen. Apparently that was a joke at the time, but now I can't remember the fucking. I haven't got a clue.
It might come back to you. Yeah. No, you should go up and say, right, I had a joke out of these things, but I can't remember.
Piss poor magician, customer service breakdown, black semen. I think the black semen thing was something to do with someone I know.
Yeah.
We went on holiday with her, didn't we? She was saying, she was getting married, and she was saying, the only thing is, I really, because she's a white girl, I really regret not sleeping around with more different races.
Yeah.
I said, well, why though? And she said, just because of the novelty of it, like seeing black sperm. And I was like, I said, if anybody's got black sperm, then they need to go to a hospital like immediately.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but God bless her, she was the same girl that thought the moon was also the sun.
What do you mean?
Well, this is it. I literally spent most of the holiday basically saying to her, "Come on now."
But is she being serious? Or
yeah. And then we said she thought the sun, and apparently a lot of people do think this, which is quite disturbing. The sun is just a moon. It's just like. I don't know. I just don't really think about this.
Maybe it's two suns.
She also thought that I'm not lying to you, honestly. She thought outer space wasn't real. She thought it was just in film.
Like a stimulation sort of thing.
Fuck knows. But she didn't even think that deeply about it. She just thought it was a special effect in films. So I said, all right, and so what's that?
So are we in a film now then?
I must do. Some people think we are. Like Elon Musk, I think, doing a simulation.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, we're the ones who are wrong.
I'll tell you what, if this is a simulation, then I want my money back. Because it's wacky.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking as well, who the fuck's watching me? Like,
well, exactly,
Yeah.
It's like the Truman Show, but
Truman Show, but
just shitter. a lot more paying just bills.
A lot sitting around.
Yeah, I've rung my bank more times than I wish I care to remember.
How's it been like this year for you? You struggle with it or?
No, I've quite enjoyed it. I'm quite an antisocial person, really. So I don't I go to parties, and everyone says, "Oh, you're life in the solar party," but it's more like adrenaline because I don't want to be there.
Is it like I can only really become like life party if I'm drunk, to be honest.
Yeah,
exactly. If I'm not, I'm in the corner.
Exactly, and I don't drink. It's I just don't want to go. Yeah. But when I do go, I do enjoy seeing pissed people because it's sort of
old memories.
Well, not just that. I think I'm in that because I was, I used to drink alcoholically for 10 years or whatever. So I think I'm always in that zone anyway. I think I'm half pissed in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's just it's like people who take drugs and they come out of drugs, they still can have the effects of drugs.
Yeah, and it's like, so when people are pissed, I'm more comfortable in that environment, you know, because it's like, people are on my wavelength there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, people are just far too, like, especially nowadays, people are far too, like, self-censoring, aren't they, all the time? It's like, I can't say what I can. And then I'm not racist, but, I'm not sexist, but.
I think they're trying to turn it into new rock and roll. Like, people, the rock and roll now is to be healthy. It's to cancel everything. I think that's what people are trying to do to get back at people. Because there's nothing else to do. Because the punk scene's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes back in little freak, but it's gone. Yeah. So I think people are now trying to go the other way.
Yeah.
To try and be cool.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like I've got a lot of opinions on a lot of things that definitely can't be broadcast, but not because they're wrong, or particularly that they are. It's just that
people won't like
them. There's no point in going there because ultimately, and this might be just me being pessimistic, but it doesn't change anything. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could say this is my opinion on this today, but unless, do you know what I'm saying? It's like all these rights and stuff. It might become like a middle-aged. I am a middle-aged old. I've always been an old man, but I'm a middle-aged. Do you know what I mean?
Old man at heart.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But it's because I just think. What are you going to change? Do you know what I mean? So, to me, ultimately, the ultimate thing is money. I mean, unfortunately, this world
revolves around money.
Yeah, it shouldn't do, I absolutely shouldn't do, but it does.
It felt like it didn't used to. No, in like the '60s, it felt like everybody was pretty like free loving, and all of a sudden they've given that up.
Yeah, for cash. Yeah.
And now they've become obsessed with it. It's like the older generation obsessed with putting the younger generation down.
Yeah.
It's fucking difficult for us. We can't do anything now.
I know. It pisses me off when people say your age, I bought my own house by the time I was
We can't
30.
do that.
Because your house is like 14 pence and you earn like 50 quid a week, you know what I mean? That's why.
And you got like,
Yeah.
I think someone calculated like, some grandparents were complaining to their kids like, oh, we used to work and get our houses at $14 or whatever an hour.
Yeah.
You translate to that.
It's like 90 odd quid or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're trying to buy something that's 10 times as expensive.
Yeah.
Half the money.
Exactly. It's like everything. It's like it's like with the EU and that and the euro.
Yeah.
The thing is, all they have to do, they're just sneaky. I mean, I think like the euro and the pound is, well, it was when I last could be bothered to check, but when I went on holiday, which is the only time I really check it. But, you know, it's like it was similar. So it's like 1.1 to the pound or whatever it is.
12 pence.
Yeah.
It's not that. We're getting ourselves into death and taxes basically. Like there is no like end to it, is there? It's like even if you get on the ladder and do these things, what's the point? So why? You know what I mean, why would that? Why?
Otherwise, it's true. I mean, the thing is, right? Ultimately, the only time that any company, for me, is going to listen to you is when you start stop spending money there. Do you know? It's like what pisses me off is I'm not a massive like. I'm not against or for like LGBTQ business, right? Yeah. It's none of my business, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, what pisses me off is like where you see Sainsbury's and then every gay pride.
They're just using it for marketing.
Oh yeah, every gay pride season. Oh, we're all the gays. It's like, and then it's like, wait a minute, okay, fair enough. But like in the 1930s when they were all getting shot for being gay,
yeah.
Do you know what I
mean? Where was you then?
You were around. Do you know what I mean? What was your opinion then? Oh, back then we went too fussed on it. It's like anything. Do you know what I mean? It's like where it's not like just because something's popular, don't mean it's right. Do you know what I mean? And vice versa. Do you know what I mean? It's like
is that George Carlin bit where he's talking about everybody cares about abortion, but nobody gives a fuck about the person when he's alive. When that person's alive, it's like off you go.
It's like funerals. When someone dies, and people spend thousands of pounds on a fucking funeral. Hang on a minute, you know what I mean? I could have done with that. You know, I need the house or whatever. So it's like it is bullshit. And what pisses me off the most, sorry, the point here, but
that's all right. It's good.
That's something I need to work on. I do it all the time. Anyway, so yeah, exactly. It's not offensive. It's just me trying to focus my brain in that direction. It's like a directional mic, but I lost it. So to me, what pisses me off the most is like, I mean, not to be, what's the word? Morose.
Yeah.
But I've seen a few gay people, right? I haven't killed them, but basically, they. What I'm saying is, I've been involved with a few funerals the other day, right?
Yeah.
And they're sleazy. You know the coffin salesman, or whatever they call it. The morgue directors, the funeral directors.
Yeah.
They're sleazy for me. Do you know what I mean? It's like
sleazy in what sort of way? Like
they're just like
do stuff behind the scenes sleazy or like.
No, they're just like, you know, they take advantage of you when you're the lowest. Do you know what I mean? It pisses me off.
Oh, you mean like they're trying to flog you more stuff, like the most expensive headstone?
It's like, why? Why the fuck would you want a mahogany coffin? Who gives a flying bollocks? Do you know what I mean? It's like, do you know what I mean?
You're gone, that's it.
Yeah, and it's like, even people being cremated, they're like, you gotta have a soft line in it. It's like, fucking worms are gonna eat your face, who cares? Do you know what I mean? Really though, in real life, take that money. No, seriously though, take the money and give it to somebody who's alive. Who can actually use it. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
give it to the family.
That's the problem with money. It's all horseshit. It's like Kanye West trainers sold for like $1 million.
Yeah, the Yeezys.
Why? I mean, you could buy 1 million pairs, or whatever. You could probably make 1 million pairs. It could probably cost about $1 each to make. But do you know what I'm saying? You could buy whatever 100,000 pairs of trainers and give them to like people that actually need them. He said, it's just like you know, I've got a bragging rights, isn't it? That's all it is. It's like art. I mean, for me, I'm not into art. I'm not into a lot of things.
Yeah. No, I'm never really into painting.
No, my wife's doing a fine art degree at uni, and I always take piss like, but basically, you know, I mean, it's because I don't understand it. It's like she's dragging me around these museums and that, and a lot of these art museums, like some of them, you can just tell that the only reason that they're actually famous artists is because they're rich.
Yeah.
or the families are rich. So, for example, it wasn't this woman, but say, for example, Stella McCartney or whatever,
Yeah.
Paul McCartney's daughter, I think it is, anyway. But like she, she farts in a balloon or something, and then she's, oh, it's art, and it's his art, the McCartney art. You know what I mean?
because
like,
it's name, isn't it?
yeah, who cares? It's like that bloke who, Damien Hirst. You know what I mean? If I'd have done that, I'd have been locked up. You know what I mean? It's like he made like a wall out of his own shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, that's still a dirty protest, isn't it? In prison. You know what I mean? It's like they don't give awards out for that, and it's like that bird with the messy bed. I can't remember her name, Deborah something, but she in the 90s she had this. It was just like a, you know what I mean? But it's because of who she was.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, a lot of like. I don't know. I always look behind the meaning of things. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I spoiled it for myself, but
No, but I think that's stand up, isn't it? Because stand up, you present yourself and that's it. Like there's no trickery. Like when you're on the stage, even a band can, like, if one person's lagging behind, somebody else can pick that rhythm up.
Yeah.
But stand up, you just present yourself. It's just you.
Yeah. It's like I like it. What about that?
Yeah, I'm getting alright at this.
Yeah.
Have you had like a terrible gig, or what's not gone very
To be
well?
honest, like I say, I am a bit strange, but I just lied a lot, basically. So basically, the Fringe at York that was on, it's cancelled now because of COVID. They can't afford to put it back on again or something. It's a shame because they were really good. But sorry to the guy, but I basically, they said, oh, you got to have so many stage hours to apply.
Yeah.
I just thought, how are they going to know? So I just said, yeah, I've got 90 odd hours, mate. And then, you know what I mean? And then they let me on. And then,
every lies on the CV, don't they?
Oh, yeah. GCSEs, half of them I didn't even turn up to. Some of them I forgot.
But you still got them, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Exactly. I got decent marks from them as well.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think I got a B in English, but I actually got an A.
Yeah. Exactly. I got pretty much B's and C's and whatnot.
Yeah.
I didn't turn up. I didn't turn up for my Spanish exam, but I know that I'm pretty good at Spanish, so I gave myself a C.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Especially nowadays, especially because I can get away with it. 1996 is when I passed my GCSE, so that was 20 odd years ago. So nobody
questions
cares.
anymore.
Yeah, and probably not.
When you start applying for jobs when you get a bit older, nobody even asks for your GCSE.
No, because it's like job applications, especially nowadays. It's all about who you are.
Yeah.
Like you can put all you want in your CV, but then you are going to get the job based on who you are.
Yeah, because some people can like really big themselves up and they come in, they're absolutely shit, and they can't do it. There's so many.
My marks are awful, to be fair, but the only reason why I've gotten jobs is just because I've presented myself recently. So they're like, we'd have you around.
Exactly. Yeah. It does. CV is like a foot in the door. I think you should be able to bring more comedic into your CVs, but
yeah, no, I always say the real stuff in your life is the most important CV. The stuff what you don't put on.
Yeah, absolutely. Like your actual life experience. Yeah. Because I know people who've got certificates and all sorts, and they're just terrible human beings. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you're like doctors. I fucking hate doctors. That's a bit strong. But what I'm saying is, a lot of doctors, it's not a vocation anymore. It's more of a just for money, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like we don't give a flying fuck. A lot of them, like, sad as it is, I was a care worker. I probably should say this like I've had too much coffee, so I'll just spend the caffeine. But I was a care worker. I took some guy in that was threatening suicide.
Yeah.
Fucking doctor says you've got 7 minutes.
What?
I said 7 minutes to talk about suicide, and then we ended up arguing, and he ended up kicking me out of his office because I said 7 minutes. I said this man's suicidal, and you're saying he's got 7 minutes to talk about how he's suicidal. I said, how does that work?
It's like more like you need 7 hours, don't you? Really?
Well, you need something more than just.
You need lifelong assistance.
It's not just that, but you don't need telling that you've got. Do you know what I mean? It's like because we were 3 minutes late or something daft, and he said, oh, you've got a 10-minute appointment, so you've got 7 minutes left. And I said, you do know what you're going to talk about, don't you? Yeah. Okay. I can't blame them. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people. It must piss you off because there must be a lot of people faking stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? If you're a doctor, it's like,
hypochondriacs.
Yeah, and people just trying to claim benefits or I mean, the fact is, you don't. But all I'm saying is like mental health service. I reckon there's going to be tsunami, don't they, after COVID? Like, of mental health problems. And
well, it's going to happen, isn't it?
A lot of anxiety is going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, well, they say like a lot of men commit suicide, don't they? Because of I don't know, because they're not encouraged to talk or whatever, blah blah. But
I don't know if that's it now. Because I think a lot of guys I talk to do talk.
Yeah, I don't really listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be it.
But it's like
don't listen when they're talking.
Yeah, but it's like all sorts of things. Like you know, like.
Like we're talking now, but people seem to think there's more to it. And it's like, no, we're saying what we actually want to say now.
I'm telling you, listen.
Yeah.
It's not hard. We're not
Yeah.
trying to like beat around the bush.
Yeah, the fact is, it's like, you know, there's no quick answers to it. But I mean, some of the things that they think, or I just it pisses me off how what pisses me off most is when they think they're doing something, joins it,
Yeah.
or they must know that they're not really doing something. They're just taking the piss. It's like where they just cover their ass. They're like, oh, I've got this centre where you can call in and play chess. I'm like, oh, bro. I don't want to kill myself now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
like putting like a plaster over a gaping wound.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. Yeah, plaster over a gunshot wound. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's no. But I'm not saying that everybody. I mean, not saying the NHS or whatever could afford everybody to go into whatever. Do you know what I mean? But I definitely think there could be a lot more done and a lot better. Do you know what I mean? Just the more. I don't know. I couldn't say what it is. So I'm not really.
Well, you can't though, can you? Anybody who's got any mental illness, it's so complex. You can't really.
Yeah. No.
You can't really sum it up, can you?
No, but I don't think the answer is just. To me personally, I just don't think it's taken seriously enough. The amount of people that are like there was some statistic like more people have died from suicide in the last whatever so many years than in the World War II or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I mean, like I say, that I just made that up, but it was something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's a shocking statistic, and but so I don't know. It's a scary.
It's scary existence,
Scary
isn't it?
world,
No, but I think we've all got something wrong with us, to be honest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think even though we haven't been diagnosed or nothing's come out about it, I think we're all.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Everybody's. I mean, because I've had some things pointed out to me, if you like, for me.
Yeah.
I can see it in other people as well.
Yeah. Once you learn what the thing
Yeah.
is, you definitely, because I've only just learned what real narcissism is,
Yeah.
and now I can see it in other people.
Yeah.
And I can spot it straight away.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know what that is. It's like a.
Well,
is it
people think.
ego or,
Yeah, that's what I mean. People
yeah.
think narcissism is ego, but it's not.
Yeah.
Narcissism is something completely like it's so self-absorbed. You've got to be the center. I don't want to define this, but you've got to be the center of attention.
You don't
And
seem
when you don't get it, when you don't get the thing, the mask slips, and you just become evil. So no, I've seen it once in my life now, maybe a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I've researched. And
Yeah.
all right, I know what that is now, and then I see it in other people.
Yeah.
So I just sort of avoid those people.
Yeah.
If there's anybody at like a festival or anything like that, and I just see a little traits of narcissism, because it starts by love bombing. They praise you,
Yeah.
and then they get you on your
I'm very
side,
suspicious of people, yeah.
and then as soon as that's done,
Yeah.
then they slowly control you,
Yeah.
manipulate
Yeah. There's well, that's it. I mean, if people are open to it, susceptible to it. There's a healthy suspicion in the world. It's
Yeah.
like, there's a line between naivety and risk or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't. A lot of people think, like at uni, like a lot of people say, "Oh, you're sexist," or you this ism and that ism. And a lot of people said I'm sexist, misogynistic, and blah blah blah. But I'm really not. And the fact is, like some of my opinions are rape and murder is never acceptable. Do you know what I mean? I'm not I wouldn't vote yes for it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not something I agree with at all.
No.
At all. You know what I mean? I think people should be fucking whatever. But they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But the fact remains that you've also got to take some, like people say, victim shaming and all that shit. But there's also intelligence. Do you know what I mean? It's like nobody deserves to get killed or raped, right?
No.
But if you meet somebody on Tinder, whether you're a man or a woman, and you go and meet them in a you know what I mean, at their flat or whatever.
Yeah, but there needs to be more awareness on that, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just stop being so fucking naive. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, I'm not saying it's your fault. It isn't your fault. It's entirely the person who's done it. But if you didn't go to their flat, they wouldn't be able to get you alone in their flat.
But they are so clever, and the people that do this stuff, they're so clever at grooming.
Yeah, but people need to be cleverer. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. To me, like there was an unhealthy fear. Like when I was a kid, I'm sure my mum, God bless her, she just got some issues, but she was very really concerned about me getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
Because I was so handsome as a kid, paedophile dream. But no, no, but she wanted me to go to a corner shop by myself. You know what I mean? She was obsessed. It was like literally on the corner. She was obsessed, and I live in a pretty safe village. You know what I mean? It's like, and so she like that fed into my. You know what I mean? I was paranoid about it.
Yeah, it comes. You carry it then.
Yeah,
Don't you?
and but so that was an unhealthy side, kind of paranoid. You know what I mean? But then it's done me well in the future because I have got a natural suspicion of people. I naturally question why people are being nice to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or why somebody. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's your real motive? Do you know what I mean? Because there are a lot of bastards out there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of decent people. There is. And I noticed that if I try and be nice, people are suspicious of me, which is you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. And also, it's like anything. It's like. Yeah, I'm not.
No, I understand what you're saying. If I'm nice to somebody in a shop, they'll look at me like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I'm like, nothing. I'm just being nice.
Yeah. It's like, But she's.
Hell, I do it with my own mum. Being nice to her, it's like, oh, what do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. Just saying good morning. Yeah. But that's it. I mean, like I say, I'm not victim shaming at all. But like I say, but the whole conversation then gets shut down because then there's certain phrases you can shout at somebody like racist or homophobic or whatever. Do you know what I mean? That just completely then you're the bad guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you've got a valid opinion. Do you know what I mean? And all I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to say that it's anybody's fault, but all I'm trying to say is like if somebody invited me to as a 40-year-old man to go to their flat, you know what I mean? At like 11 o'clock at night and I didn't know them, I'd be like no.
Yeah.
Thanks, but no.
But they usually do prayer and like.
They're vulnerable. Yeah. This is it, but I don't know. I just think at school they should have more classes, like actual.
Oh, no, that's so true. Fuck the education about maths and English.
I know stalagmites, and I always thought Germany were next to America. Who gives a fuck? I mean, the fact is, by a globe, you can go on the internet.
Yeah.
The thing is,
no,
you
don't need it now, do you? 'Cause you can just Google anything and find it out.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I want to know about people. So when I got into the real world, I avoid that person because the whole 4 years of my life was fucking working out who's dodgy, who's not.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you got an instinct.
Yeah.
But people are
so
so crafty and clever.
There should be like English, maths, and then like 2 hours on how not to get fucked over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's not just stuff about like, all right, you're gonna need to like buy a house. And you just like
how to pay a bill.
Yeah, basically.
My friend, his son. Is intelligent in many ways, but they were trying to start a fire the other day, right? And he put a damp carpet on this fire.
Yeah.
Just get rid of a load of crap. And then it was like, and the fire went out. And he was like, oh, what's happened? And he's like, it was like literally, how do you start a fire?
You kill the air.
Yeah, and I was like, mate, come on. It's not. This is literally your caveman stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Well, to be honest, I couldn't change the tire. I couldn't.
Schools when you and I was in like the lower sets because of course like I said in school I didn't know what was going on and I wasn't really recording so to speak. I was just sort of living life. But the scary thing is looking back, it's like they teach all that important stuff about like bills and taxes to like the higher sets because they can understand it. They won't tell the lower sets, so it's like we need it the most.
People are probably going to struggle the most to work it out themselves.
But I don't think that's. I think lower sets. I don't think that's fair. I think they put people in lower sets who shouldn't be in there.
No, and it's really degrading. Like socially, like in the school.
Yeah,
socially it puts you down.
Socially, like you can't hang around with people in higher sets because they're like, oh, but here comes that.
But it is.
Like, it's weird.
Exactly, it's the whole class system at play. It's all bollocks. It's like at school, you basically all you're getting taught is how to turn up on time and fucking shut up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Follow your boss.
So getting ready for life, basically.
Yeah, but getting ready to work in an office, sit next to people, and try not to think too much. Do you know what I mean? Because it's when you think enough about stuff. It's like I worked in a fair few offices, and a couple of times I've just quit or made myself get fired because, like, I was just thinking ultimately all I'm doing is earning more money for this shareholder that I couldn't give a fuck about. I mean, he's gonna earn some money and get a boat. You know what I mean? Yeah, I you know what I'm saying? I obviously get, to pay my rent,
a little bit, but not much.
But it's like that. It's like the whole thing. It's like, these class barriers, they do exist. But I think it is a UK thing as well. It's like.
They say like, of course, racism and stuff is still a thing. But they say America is like facing like a lot of racism. Like that's like it's classism here.
Yeah, definitely.
Classism is like
Yeah.
And it also like mixes with racism and
Yeah.
sexism and stuff.
But it's like,
clear distinction.
I think because I was doing criminal justice. Sorry, I am listening to him. But the apparently, I don't know actually. Somebody told me, and I trust him, so I'll go with it. One of the highest, these barristers in London, when they get, you get.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, you have to. It's like a proper old boys club. You have to. Part of the actual initiation is like you have to go for a meal with all these other old boys.
Oh God.
And you have to like prove yourself to them. Do you know what I mean? And if they like you, he's in, whatever. And there's been one black guy who made it that high because you got to be a lawyer first and blah blah blah, and then you work up to the barrister. It's like the highest, the higher, whatever it is. I don't know for a fact, but And then there's one more, and he quit because he got that much shit over it. Do you know what I mean? It's like the old boys are still running the network. I mean, it's like they're just.
It's playing politics, isn't it, to try and get to the top?
They just distract us all with all this horseshit. It's like it's all one big. It's weapons of mass distraction. It's all just a big distraction.
That's why the news exists, isn't it? It's like, look what's happening over here. Don't look what's happening over there.
Exactly, and that's why you've got Wi-Fi and buses and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because do you know what I'm saying? They
just distract you with everything.
Yeah, they want
take all this information and don't think too much about your life and where it's going.
Exactly, and don't make plans. It is. I mean, even me, a free thinker I am. But what I'm saying is, like, I can't. Sometimes I can't think of anything, to do other than just watch shite on telly because that's. Do you know what I mean? You're just programmed to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so some of the thoughts I'll have, I'm like, I can't tell anybody this.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I think it's the complete truth.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do it.
And if you look back in history, like the people that changed things were the people who said things that weren't popular. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people throughout history have been killed for their beliefs or whatever. But you don't even have to get that far nowadays. It's like we kill ourselves, don't we? We like, like I say with these buzzwords, like, these isms or whatever. As soon as you say to somebody that's racist or that's transphobic or whatever you want to say, you know what I mean, that's xenophobic or whatever. These phobias. As soon as you say those words, boom, that's it. The conversation's shut down because there's no. Yeah. It's like it's like an atomic explosion. Then that's all anyone can see. Victims. No,
it's more complex.
Free speech is a load of horseshit. There's no such thing as free speech.
We've lost it anyway, haven't we?
Totally, we're giving it away. We're giving it away ourselves. We censor ourselves constantly, and it's like, yeah. But then again, because I am a pessimist, it's like I'm trying not to be though. I'm trying to be more positive.
I'm trying to be optimistic, and I think I'm optimistic in my own life. So like doing something like this, I feel like a small win.
Yeah.
Like a small victory.
Yeah.
Against everything else what's happening. So I'm trying to be optimistic.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like it's even just talking about stuff. I'm always amazed by how talking about things can actually, if nothing else, make you feel better. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like depression or da-da-da.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah, it is. And every single time I fight it because I see this therapist woman, and every single time I see her, I feel shit loads better afterwards. I feel lighter. You know what I mean? I feel more hopeful and more. Yeah, but then every time I think about seeing her, oh no.
You get nervous about.
Yeah, it's not even nerves. It's more like
anxious.
Rebellion almost. Like I've never done therapy, but I always thought I'd be too cool for it, and they wouldn't understand. But as I'm getting older and there's more and more problems arising in the back of my head, I am generally thinking about it. Like actually going, it's definitely. I would recommend it. Like it's definitely helpful with the right one. I mean, some of them are cons, but the fact is, it's like everything, isn't it? You've got to find the right people. But the thing is, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, people like when you get older, there's this thing in there, like when you're young, you think everybody's looking at you.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you realise no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
And then when you're old, you something I can't remember. It's a lot like inspirational than I've just made it out to be.
No, but it's like when you're. I've heard like when you're older, you just do not give a shit what anybody thinks.
Well, that's it. I mean, look at when you go around a home and people who've got like mild dementia. I'm not talking about full state, but like my grandma, she was lovely. She was a really nice person, but when you get a bit of dementia, I guess, or your inhibitions just go.
Yeah.
Then you find people some people who have been like prim and proper all their life, start eating their own shit or whatever. They just do what they want because, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's so many inhibitions that like when I was in rehab, they said, if everybody drank now, you know, you'd all have different reactions to it. You know, some would be shagging in the corner, some would be like, you know, fighting or whatever, some would be asleep. You know what I mean? But you'd all want more. Do you know what I mean? That's the bond. So it's like if everybody didn't have the inhibitions, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it probably would be absolute manic because, you know, people are probably stabbing each other and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. If people actually was like, all right, I don't want to have a job anymore. I just get money without actually working. Everyone would stop the cars. Everyone would be getting out. It'd be crazy.
I don't know because they've done this in.
Well, so you think there'd always be like a system in place?
Yeah, well, they've done it somewhere. I think Belgium. I'm rubbish with geography, so probably somewhere else.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much like 90% it is somewhere else. But I'm going to say Belgium because I like the word. Got nice chocolate. They've got a social system in place where they give credits to everybody, like to pay the rent every month. And then, so if you don't want to work, you don't have to because you've got the
package coming in.
Necessities. Yeah, you don't get any Sky, you just get your basics. But you've got your rent. I mean, so everyone's got the rent.
Also, it's like you start off with a bit, and if you want to get more,
if you want more,
yeah, I like that.
So
idea.
it's like the motivation is. So you're starting from but everybody.
So you can survive, and then you can also go out and get
and there's
more.
a lot less violence and drug addiction and stuff because people aren't obsessed with.
When you're on the down, it's easy to keep going down.
Oh, yeah,
keep pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, some people get addicted to that downward spiral, don't they? You know what I mean? It's like, but you know, there's no easy fix. But I mean, Portugal, they legalised all drugs, and apparently they've treated it like a health issue, and apparently they've closed a load of prisons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, because they don't need them anymore.
Well, some people shouldn't be in prison though.
Absolutely not. No.
Like in America, America is land free, but they've got the most prisoners of any of them. Like, the percentage is mad. Like,
Well, there's a big conspiracy about that. Sorry.
yeah, and there's like, of course, like the whole weed thing. Of course, like there is a bad side to that, but like with weed, like they're starting to like lessen the sentence.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them are just people who've had a bit of weed in the
Yeah.
and they're fucked for life.
Well, there's a big conspiracy about that. They reckon that slavery is alive and well in America because what they're saying is there's a high proportion of black people getting arrested because for minor, you know, for less crime, and therefore, I mean, I don't think everything in the world is based on racism. I think people exaggerate things for their own gain, but I mean, some things I kind of buy into. You know what I mean?
It's certainly there.
Yeah, but they tend to get like arrested more and charged more and get longer sentences. But also over there, like they get them making like number plates or doing menial work,
which is
like
basically
10 cents or,
slavery, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and they reckon that a certain amount of like 8% of the US economy, which is billions, is based on these basically slaves. They pay like 8 cents an hour.
They want them to fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. So they if they didn't fuck up, then the economy would tank. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's a bit scary when you think about it like that. It's just modern day, you know, slavery. But the fact is, you know, I don't know. It's just sneaky. Everything nowadays is so sneaky.
Yeah, no.
It's
It's just awful to think about now, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
but that's the thing. The more you know. I mean, like I used to watch YouTube all the time, and I sort of like I used to watch things to try and just understand how people can fucking believe stuff like flat Earth or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, some of it's half believable. Do you know what I think?
Yeah, I was watching a documentary in the first 10 minutes. I'm like, well, they've got a point, and then 50 minutes, and I'm like, well, no, this is.
It's like David Icke. I think a lot of his stuff is bang on. Like he's really it makes you think. You know what I mean? But then at the end, you go reptiles.
It's like you've lost me now.
Yeah,
you don't need that jump though, do you?
No,
you don't need to go that
it's
far.
Like neither reptiles have me. You know what I mean? If you were his manager, you know what I mean? After the gig, Dave, you did really good, mate. I like the whole
reptile thing.
Yeah, I like the whole
the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just leave the. They're not though, are they, Dave? Come on.
I don't get how people believe it now. Do you?
Because I don't know. Again, it might
be a lot of people who, you know, there'll be some mental problems.
Yeah.
Oh,
mental health problems like.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a class thing again.
Yeah.
Not being taught.
Do you think it's an attention thing as well?
Possibly, but it's not. Well, for me, it's like because there is so much going on behind the scenes that doesn't get exposed. There is a sense of we're being cheated constantly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel it constantly and everything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That we're just somehow we're getting cheated, but we don't know it.
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's something to latch on to. Do you know what I mean? Maybe the more extreme.
I always wonder how deep it goes. Even people I'm working with, I'm like, is that person secretly screwing me over?
Well, yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, but it becomes a bit obsessive, doesn't it? Cause it'd be.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, even if they are,
fuck it. And
Do you know what I
just-
mean?
yeah.
You think it's like, you know, I used to work with this guy and he said, you can't trust anyone. I said, well, you got to trust some people at some point, otherwise you got to trust the doctor at some point.
You got to give trust.
You got to, yeah, at some
No,
point
I
you've got
like
to
that.
trust somebody.
I like that.
You've got to trust the bus driver's not going to fucking drive off a cliff or whatever. Do you mean? You've got to.
You know, that's strange. If the bus driver is a psychopath and he's having a bad day,
Yeah.
and you could be the person on the bus and he decides
Exactly.
to.
What about that guy in the plane that killed 100 people?
Yeah.
Pilot, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's locked himself in, fucking boom, straight to a mountain and killed 200 odd people. It's like, fucking hell.
Every day is a risk, really, isn't it?
It is, every day's a wish, yeah. And then, you know, everybody dies. Not everybody lives. Oh, I finished on that. Actually.
Yeah. No, that was
That's a
it.
good soundbite, yeah. Cool, cheers.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, I didn't mean
That's
to go
all
over there too much.
Yeah.
How long did we do?
Hour and 3 minutes.
Hour and
Yeah,
three.
for now, was it?
Yeah.
You know, just talking shit, really, wasn't it?
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Don't know how much they'd be able to use, like, but
Now we use most of it, to be fair,
Yeah.
or if not all of it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's
Ah,
just,
cool.
No, we want to keep it as raw as we can.
Yeah. Definitely raw, like, yeah.
That's what we're trying to show. We're trying to show like
Yeah.
how it properly
Reality,
is. and-
yeah.
mm.
Yeah, like I say though, I really enjoy talking to people like yourselves. You know, like that actually like have got opinions about stuff. And, do you know what I mean? It's not even if it's countercultural. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like because like I don't know, just like free thinkers and all that shit. It's like, but to me, a free thinker is able to change their mind.
Yeah.
Based on, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People say because
it's
people.
evident,
Yeah.
Like, people are very stubborn.
Yeah,
So they
absolutely.
say,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And
Even I fall for it. Like, you don't want to admit you're wrong.
Yeah.
because then-
Even if you are.
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, absolutely. And then like, you know, there's a lot of grown-ups or whatever, but a lot of childish shit goes off in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's like the more you mature, because I'm such a mature person, but the more mature, the more you realise there's some childish fuckers out there, but
Yeah.
running the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
no.
really like.
At the very top, it's like why
Donald
these.
Trumps and all.
Yeah, exactly. Emotionally, they're all a bit retarded. Do you know what I mean? They need.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're like because they've never been. I guess they've never been like challenged or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you've got say like Elvis, he just had people around him saying yes all the time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, go in, you're doing a good job. Elvis,
Y-
you mean,
yes,
all right.
man.
Yeah, exactly. And he don't do
The
any
hype
good.
squad.
And the guy, I can't remember. There's a guy in the Roman times, and he got really high up, and he hired someone to walk
That-
around telling him he was just a man, he was going to die.
Yeah.
To ground him, do you know what I mean? Because when all the crowds were like, "Oh yeah, we love you," blah blah blah. You know what I mean? This guy just whispered in his ear, "You're gonna die." You're a man. Oh shit.
I really got that in my subconscious.
Yeah. This is it. Yeah. But yeah, I'll if you, I don't know how it's gonna work, mate. Because like I say, I don't know much about a lot of things. But do you want me to?